He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will find rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge, my God and my shield, in whom I trust. For surely He will save you from the foulest snare, and from the deadly pestilence as well. He will cover over you with His feathers, and there under His wings you will find peace, and His faithfulness will be your shield. Fear the terror of the nighttime, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at
See Christopher, Bill, Simon, Isaiah. God bless everybody. In Jesus' mighty name.
10,000 may fall at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only see, you will only observe when judgment comes. For He commands His angels concerning you to guard you wherever you may go, to be with you and lift you in their hands, so that you won't strike your foot against a stone. Well, if you make the Most High your dwelling, even the Lord who is my refuge, and surely no great harm will befall you, no disaster will come there near your home. For He commands His angels concerning you to guard you wherever you may go, to be with you and lift you in their hands, so that you won't strike your foot against a stone. You will tread upon the lion and the cobra, and trample upon the serpent's head. You will tread upon the lion and the cobra, and trample upon the serpent's head. Because He loves me, says the Lord, I will rescue Him. I will protect Him, for He knows my name. He will call on me and I will answer. I will be with him always, and I will honor him. And with long, long, long life, I will satisfy him with long life. With long, long, long life, I will show him my salvation. With long, long, eternal life, I will satisfy him with long life. With long, long, eternal life, I will show him my salvation. With long, long, long life, I will satisfy him with long life.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Because I'm a geek, when we finished the last one, I started working on the next one and got done with it a little while ago and thought, well, why not do it now? So God bless you guys in Jesus' name. Without further ado, well, let's first preface what we're here to do today. The title is sort of self-explanatory, but we are going to be seeing what other celebrities have royalty in their bloodlines and determine whether or not there may be a connection between that and the occult. So, with that, let us begin. Oh, I forgot I don't have one in there. So we're going to start out here. Oh, come on. Bear with me. Always a glitch somewhere in the beginning. Anyway, we're starting out here with Benedict Cumberbatch, the actor who starred in Doctor Strange and played Sherlock Holmes as well. Well, it turns out Benedict is, you know, a descendant of King Richard III of England. And of course, like all Hollywood oculists, get it? It's a little pun. Benedict can be seen doing the Eye of Horus for us all. Not just once, but twice with a double whammy, just in case we didn't get the point the first time. Thank you, Benedict. Mr. Cumberbatch has also been known to occasionally let us know that he is very successful in Hollywood, throwing up a couple of A-OK signs, or, as we've been talking about in the series, maybe he's just an alt-right white supremacist. No. That, or he might have a certain allegiance to the beast. That'd be bad. Hope not. I wonder if Benedict Cumberbatch might in fact be, what was that guy's name? Like a Harry Houdini, a magician of sorts. I don't know. It's hard to tell sometimes, I tell you. By the way, did we mention yet that Mr. Cumberbatch seems to have a secret? Shh. He's got a secret. The sign of Harpocrates, which we go over and over and over again. I know, it's redundant at this point. Harpocrates was, of course, the Greco-Roman version of the child Horus. Again, redundancy, but Sometimes people are coming to this new. Excuse me. And just in case he didn't do it enough for you the first time, Mr. Cumberbatch is seen here, it seems like before an audience, shushing them. Just in case anybody in the crowd might know what it is he's doing. And thankfully, more and more each day, more of us do. And we're no longer going to go see your movies. Benedict is also an enlightened spiritual master. He likes to throw up tantric, yogic mudras from time to time, like a lot of your Hollywood illuminists do, actually. This is, of course, if you've been watching the series for any length of time at this point, the Anjali mudra, right? He's just saying to you, namaste, namaste. And of course, he's not alone in Hollywood. There are many, many great sages who just wish to bear you a benevolent greeting, right? Marilyn Monroe here. John Denver, good old Johnny. Sandra Dee, Howard Stern. Howard Stern's not one of them. He couldn't be one of them. No, that's one of the Backstreet Boys, I believe. Kevin Richardson, Soulja Boy, Kirstie Alley, Joe Satriani. Yay, Kat Von D, and on we go. Bruce Willis, everybody. Hey, Bruce Willis, Jared Leto, Trevor Noah, Drake, prayer hands, Young Jeezy, Lil Durk, Ozzy Osbourne, who's going to be on this a little bit later on in the show, too. He's royalty. Oh, Nelson Mandela, didn't your prison number have 666 in it? Isn't that interesting, huh? Gosh, all the world's a stage, This is another little known one, very similar to the Anjali Mudra. Very similar. But it's actually the Kapota Mudra, which is the dove. He's a peaceful man. He comes in peace. I know of another one who's going to come as a man of peace, and he's not so peaceful, actually. Well, we covered this in the last video earlier this morning. Of course, we wouldn't be doing a thorough exposition without the Hakini Mudra. Benedict's just telling you that he's powerful and he rules over you, Power pose. How many times have you heard that described to you in the business circles? Oh, this is what we do to show you our dominance and power. And again, he's not alone. He's not alone at all. They all like to, subtly throw in their symbolism to you so that you can feel completely disillusioned with your world, hopefully, and find Jesus, hopefully. Cary Grant, LSD man. Oh, Rachel Maddow, the news anchor, throwing up the Hakini Mudra. Maya Angelou, the Cage Bird Sings. She was an Order of the Eastern Star member, by the way. Go ahead and look that up. Oh, good old Hollywood, good old Hollywood.
Is this real life?
Yep, it's real life. Scientology, John Travolta, Axl Rose, Guns N' Roses, ZZ Top, enlightened gurus. Man, such an illustrious group of people. Even Miss Cleo, the tarot card psychic who used to beckon us to call her 1-800 number to pay $60 or $70 a minute. He also likes to throw up something called the Karkata Mudra. And you may be saying, oh, come on, this isn't anything. I'm with you with the other ones, but this, come on. Well, first of all, I beg you to consider the fact that This is a professional photo shoot published in a magazine. These are not unintentional poses, okay? But since you're probably skeptical, let's show you how the other Hollywood illuminists like to do the Karkata Mudra, also known as the crane. Do I know why or what these things truly mean in an esoteric sense? I don't, because golly gee, I'm just not one of them. Tiny, I can't remember his name. Carlos Santana, Eddie Izzard, Randy Rhoads, Charlie Sheen, Alan Rickman. Can't remember that guy's name. Tim Burton. Oh, you guys are awesome, man. So awesome. We love you guys, you know? Mr. Cumberbatch can also be seen on the checkerboard floor of the Freemasons. Again, just to be redundant, just in case you don't know what we're talking about. On the floor of every Masonic temple throughout the world is this beautiful little Masonic checkerboard representing duality. See, these guys think that if they can combine their evil and good, that balances everything out. Sort of like the yin and yang. So they can commit evil throughout the week and then do a little charity on the weekend and everything's good. Just hold a pancake breakfast and help the burn victims in the Shriner units. You know, it's really awesome. What else do we have here? Oh, well, that's the sign of a Mark Master. That's the first sign of a select master. I'm sorry. And this is the third sign. Third sign of a select master in the Masonic Brotherhood. If Benedict Cumberbatch were a Freemason. I mean, gosh, it's hard to tell at this point. It's so hard to tell. Oh! Not so hard. Not so hard anymore. Hidden hand. Hidden hand of a Freemason. You know? That or he's got a belly itch. You know, one of the two. One of the two. And then, of course, we showed you this earlier. Again, looks like nothing. Hands behind your back, Benedict. We see you. Handcuff that man. But, of course, as always, your world is a nightmare. And these celebrities are constantly, absolutely, there's a lot of photos that are just kind of normal, average, run-of-the-mill. But then they always seem to like to insert their symbolism. Do I know what this specific pose is yet? I don't. I've seen some similar ones from the, you know, Richardson's Monitor and such. But I don't know yet. However, I'm pretty confident in stating that it is one of their poses. Just like this. I call this the chalice pose, tentatively. Looks a little bit like Edvard Munch's Scream that we went over in the other video, without the screen. But they all do this too, and sometimes in the most awkward of fashions. I mean, sometimes not even, no elbows being rested, you know, they're not on a table, just doing it, you know. Here he is with his Sherlock Holmes co-star, and Benedict is not only doing the sign of Osiris Risen in Freemasonry, but he's doing, he's given us a couple of gifts here, right? He's also doing the Kabbalistic blessing, also known sometimes as the Aaronic blessing. Yes, you know, before Spock popularized this, and he admittedly got it from Judaism in his own words, you know, this was just a well-known esoteric mudra from the Jewish Kabbalah. Interesting. And coming back to that photo for just a moment, let's go ahead and zoom in on his co-star here. I can't remember the man's name. But I guess he's got an affinity with like Tupac. West Side. West Side or West Side is the outward gaslighting explanation to everyone in the world for what is actually just sort of a variation of the Masonic triad claw, which we also went over in the last video. I don't know, could be. Oh, and before we leave Mr. Cumberbatch, right? He also likes to do the sign of Osiris Risen in a different way as well. You know, throwing up them horns for you. You know? Timmy.
Is this real life?
Yep. Sadly, though, Timmy, a lot of people don't see it. You're a smart one. You're a smart one. Next, we have Thomas J. Hanks. Thomas J. Hanks is related to, he's a descendant of John, King of England. John, King of England, you know. All the world's a stage. All the world's a stage. And everything's scripted, as we'll see. Oh, I love the checkerboard floor boys. They're just awesome. And just like Benedict Cumberbatch. Maybe we should call him Cumber Eye Patch. Anyway, Tom Hanks likes to do the Eye of Horus. And he gives us two gifts in this particular photo. It's also, if you remember from this morning's video, the Prana Mudra, or the sign of benediction, which Levi's Baphomet is depicted doing. Good times, good times. This means that Tom has attained wisdom. I don't know, though. I mean, it seems like one of his eyes is kind of darkened. I'm not sure that that's terribly wise. Oh, hi, Tom. Hi, that's normal. I do that all the time. You know, Mom wants to take a photo for the album. I just press my face up against the wall and, you know. Hello again, Tom. We're not even going to bother with the optometrist jokes right now. Do you remember when we saw that movie with him in Castaway where that was an Oscar performance, right? Where he talked to his little demon volleyball Wilson. Fun times, fun times. Here he can be seen doing the vow of silence, the sign of Harpocrates, and again, of course, and he just may happen to be Grand Pontiff, secret monitor of the Masonic Brotherhood of Freemasonry. That was a double entendre. Gee, have you ever seen Uncle Sam and the posters doing this at all? I wonder why we put our hand over our heart when we pledge allegiance to the flag, too. I don't know. Such a mystery. Tom is also, well, let's put it this way. He could be signifying to you that he is a super excellent master mason, dude. And he, too, like what we were looking at before, this is the chalice pose. I didn't bother making a slideshow of these because there's just so many, and, actually I just didn't care to make it this time. Maybe for another one. You ever heard of the Masonic penalty pose? Where they put their hand like this up to their chin? It's a reminder, by the way. It looks so innocent, but actually it has a very grave warning in it, reminding other initiates in any of these secret society Masonic derivatives, because they all are basically based off of Freemasonry. In fact, Crowley's OTO was comprised entirely of Freemasons when it began. And it probably is still the same today. But this is a warning that you're going to get slit ear to ear, just as you were told when taking your pagan blood oath, Blue Lodge members who call yourselves Christian. Yin and Yang duality boys. So that's always friendly. There he is again, too. He's just thinking, you know. Here's Crowley. The Beast 666 himself, right? The wickedest man in the world, who Mussolini kicked out of Italy because of all the talk of human sacrifices occurring at his Thelema Abbey there. You got to be a pretty wicked dude to be kicked out by a ruthless dictator. Just saying. You know, Tom has been instrumental, really very, he cares about your safety. He cares about everybody's safety. And during this time of particular crisis in our nation's history with COVID-19 and having to wash our hands and put on a mask, he's there for us, but he has no respect if you don't.
Whether or not we like it, we're all in this together. We're all affected by this. So let's, at the very least, there's a lot of stuff you can do beyond that, but at the very least, 3 tiny things is in everybody's wheelhouse. If you choose to do them. Wear a mask, wash your hands, social distance. If you can't do that, I don't have much respect for it.
Little mind control-y, but hey. Oddly enough, actor Tom Hanks, on the world stage, by the way, actually sort of predicted the coronavirus in an episode of The Simpsons in a little something we like to sometimes call predictive programming. Let's have a look, shall we?
Pop culture somehow sort of predicted the coronavirus would happen.
The U.S. government has lost its credibility, so it's borrowing some of mine.
Yep, in this 2007 clip from The Simpsons, this Tom Hanks character, played by Tom Hanks, calls out the government and needs to be isolated.
This is Tom Hanks saying, if you see me in person, please leave me be.
Of course, this is insanely bizarre because Tom Hanks revealed that he and his wife, Rita Wilson, have both tested positive for coronavirus and are currently quarantined in Australia.
Oh, by the way, Alyssa Milano's hair is falling out as well. I wonder if it has anything to do with Matt Groening, the Simpsons creator. Seen here doing a Eye of Horus with a pyramid formation over his eyeball. I don't know. I wonder if he knows what the script is or not. It's hard to tell. Really, really difficult to tell. See, it's not as though they have a crystal ball. You know, they can't predict the future. They kind of, because, well, you know, funny this, but because Satan is God of this age, they write the script, right? And so it seems as though they're all powerful in that way. But actually, they just simply know what's planned in advance. Interesting, fun facts. There he is, getting a nice medal from former President of the United States, Barack Obama.
My country, 'tis of
Yes, sing it, David Crosby.
sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing.
Sing it, buddy. Sing it. By the way, David Crosby, seen here holding an American flag gun to his head in a suicidal fashion. Nothing to see here, folks. He was a peacemaker, a lover of all. Oh, wait, he's still alive. So, not was, is. Who do we have next? Who do we have next? Who we talked about earlier. Ozzy Osbourne seen here doing the sign of Osiris risen, just with a couple of menacing daggers for you. Why, good old Ozzy has two illustrious members in his past. King George I of Great Britain, seen here. Little pompous. And the last Russian Tsar, Nicholas II. Very interesting. Now, Ozzy can be seen in the next photograph doing a little something called the sign of Osiris slain, which we can see depictions of in Aleister Crowley's OTO. And I believe that that is actually Aleister Crowley in the garment that you see here. But anyway, you can find this on any Thelema website or OTO website. It's one of their grade signs. Here comes from another one of their websites. Another model striking the pose for us. Mocking Jesus, quite obviously. But also is very important to their religious mythology of Osiris, right? Being slain and then being resurrected. Think obelisks. Here he is doing the sign of Osiris risen. So he's back to life again. Didn't you sing a song about Mr. Crowley? As you mispronounced it? I think you did. Apologists will say, oh, he didn't sing it favorably. And Ozzy didn't. He's not one of them. He didn't even sing his name right. Well, I never said he was like a smart man. I'm just saying he's one of them. Right? Little one-eyed symbolism. A little bit like Mac Groening before. Right? And almost the sign of Tumash Neath. Here he is, just not creepy at all. Not even a little bit. Nope. And here. And here. I wonder why they called that show, what is it, American Idol, with his wife Sharon, you know, playing the role of a judge. Here is a handful of select witches who are going to win this competition. We need you to judge them, folks. Ozzy has a few secrets. Secret. He's got a secret. Shh. Loose lips sink ships. Don't do it. Don't go there. There he is with Sharon. Just saying I love you. Not the devil horns. Don't. Why did your mind even go there? I didn't do it. I'm not responsible for that. They are saying I love you. They are speaking to the deaf in our land. Thank you, guys. There's Ozzy. Always at the graveyard, right? These, well, let's put it this way. If he were a Satanist, these Satanists sure like to hang out in graveyards a lot. Have you ever noticed that? I've certainly done so. With a little depiction of Jesus on the gravestone, and he just happens to be throwing up the sign of the horns. No mistaking it here. No, I love you here. Oh. You silly poo. You silly. So fun. So fun. Hey, you remember earlier today when we were talking about Damien Eccles and how Johnny Depp got him out of prison, right? Damien Eccles of the West Memphis Three, where 3 toddlers were murdered in a ritualistic satanic fashion, and how Damien had spent 20 years on death row, but a wealth of money from Hollywood and DNA exoneration, even though they had to do an Alfred plea to get out. Got them out, you know, freed them. Winona Ryder, Johnny Depp, Dixie Chicks, Henry Rollins, Black Flag, truth teller. Right. Well, I guess the two of them like hanging out. Damien today lives in Salem, Massachusetts, and teaches on lecture circuits about high magic. It literally was a lifelong goal of his to become not even a magician, but in his words, the most powerful magician that ever was. Damien, have you ever drank blood, bud?
I wouldn't say I drank blood. I licked.
Okay. Well, that's not so bad then. You licked the blood. We got you.
Is this real life?
Yep. Sure is. And just like David Crosby, just like him, Ozzy has something called the spirit of suicide, which Judas had as well. So if you're feeling down and depressed out there, listen to a little bit of Ozzy Osbourne, and I'm sure it'll uplift your spirits. Hey, you remember that, what was that? The Masonic penalty pose we were showing earlier? Remember that? I wonder if he's doing that here or not. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell.
I'm Uncle Sam. That's who I am.
Been hiding out in a rock and roll band. Ozzy Osbourne, Patriotic.
God bless America. God bless America.
My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty.
Patriot, you're a patriot.
I say.
Yes. Laurel Canyonite, David Crosby, a patriot. Ozzy Osbourne seen here in the leopard print of a beta sex kitten programmed multiple, or a Sem priest of Egypt, or perhaps maybe he's just telling us that he is royalty. Either which way you cut it, it's kind of sinister. Well, folks, we're getting close to the end of today's broadcast. First, who do we have next? Well, we have actress Glenn Close. Actress, right? Not always so sure sometimes, right? Who is a descendant of King John II of England. I'm sorry, not the second. John, King of England. Seen here. Sorry about that. I was late. I wonder. Not creepy at all. Nope. Not creepy. Glenn just wants to do a little eye for us for you, right? Letting you know, perhaps, just saying, just speculating that she's a sun worshiper, right? She's again with the black and white duality theme as well, because they love to insert it in everything they do. So why is that in here? I don't know. This one doesn't make sense. It stands out from all the rest. Those are long fingers. Come to think of it, I've never really met a person, a woman, named Glenn before. I don't know what's going on anymore in this world. Who are you? What are you? Remember how in the last couple of videos we've been doing this unknown pose, tentatively called unknown pose number 26 in my archive over on Pinterest, where I've shown you that they all like to do this. We're not going to bother showing the slideshow here. Now, if Glenn Close were a Freemason, and again, yes, women can be Freemasons. Women are Freemasons. It's called the Order of the Eastern Star. Not to mention the fact that plenty of witchcraft covens derive from Freemasonry and show up the same signs and symbols. But if she were, she might be saying here in this particular photograph that she is showing her fidelity to the sisterhood, or brotherhood. Just saying. And can you guess what we got next? Can you guess? I think you can guess at this point. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. One of the most satanic bands I've ever come across in my research writes lyrics about how Lucifer hides behind the leopard print in a game of hide and seek. Kind of interesting. To me, anyway. To some folks out there, none of this makes an ounce of sense. Well, guys, that about sums up what we came here to do today. Again, God bless you guys in Jesus' name. If you don't know him yet, time is drawing nigh. You know, if you don't have the patience to look over this channel, and I pray that you do, because it'll become painfully obvious if you can just get past the strange attention deficit disorder spell that these witches have cast over you. You know, you're going to walk away having to make a choice. And if you're already a Christian watching it, it's going to make you, I hope, ask some questions about perhaps some of your habits, watching movies, right? The music you're listening to, and start to force you basically to ask the question, well, what's then the agenda? And have I been duped as well? And there's no shame in having been duped. Pretty much everyone has been, you know. I really, even though I'd been investigating, that's not even the right word, but for years before I basically went through these demonic encounters and then found Christ at the age of 38, for years I'd been sort of looking into the Illuminati, and you know, it was fascinating stuff. I just didn't realize how real it all was in the end. So anyway, guys, with that, again, I've told you guys this before, but please ignore, I still need to change this. The will begin streaming shortly. We're actually going to be concluding this stream. But I want to play for you a little bit more of the Sons of Korah, and I'll look at the chat room a little bit, and then we'll sign off. Until next time.
He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will find rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge, my God and my shield, in whom I trust. For surely He will save you from the foulest snare, and from the deadly pestilence as well. He will cover over you with His feathers, and there under His wings you will find peace, and His faithfulness will be your shield. Fear the terror of the nighttime, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 may fall at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only see, you will only observe when judgment comes. For He commands His angels concerning you to guard you wherever you may go, to be with you and lift you in their hands, so that you won't strike your foot against a stone. Well, if you make the Most High your dwelling, even the Lord who is my refuge, and surely no great harm will befall you, no disaster will come there near your home. For He commands His angels concerning you to guard you wherever you may go, to be with you and lift you in their hands, so that you won't strike your foot against a stone. You will tread upon the lion and the cobra, and trample upon the serpent's head. You will tread upon the lion and the cobra, and trample upon the serpent's head. Because He loves me, says the Lord, I will rescue Him. I will protect Him, for He knows my name. He will call on me and I will answer. I will be with Him always, and I will honor him. And with a long, long, long life, I will satisfy him with long life. With long, long, long life, I will show him my salvation. With long, long, eternal life, I will satisfy him with long life.
Again, God bless you guys in Jesus' name. No, I got Dimebag Darrell in my archive, throwing up the signs and symbols. You know, I'm not sure if you're trolling or if you're being sincere. Maybe you're being sincere. In a world where Jim Caviezel, who plays Jesus in The Passion of the Christ, is throwing up the symbolism, as well as the director Mel Gibson, it's kind of hard for a person like myself to even take that kind of thing seriously. At any rate, that was the Sons of Korah, Psalm 91, Power Rangers, huh? I'll have to look into that maybe. It's in everything. God bless you guys in Jesus' name. Have a good day.